Yo, it's Monday. It's a new week. That means it's a new you. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and didn't do anything you regret, like eating too much. It's so easy to eat too much on the weekends. It takes a lot of discipline. So if you did eat too much, today starts a new week and you'll have all week to mentally prepare not to do that again next weekend. Like I have time to get better at making these podcasts. I noticed after Saturday's podcast during my opinion analysis, I grabbed the wrong data set when referring to Amazon's profit. My point remained the same, and it didn't matter, but it was a good lesson, a time management lesson, an accuracy lesson. See, it takes a while just to do the show. You have to prep for it. You have to do the show, and then you have to upload. See, I don't even take the time to re-listen to these shows. If I don't mess up in the first 60 seconds, I just roll with it. So the more complicated the topic, the more time needed to prep, something I don't have a lot of. So I remind myself this is why I jump right in. Sometimes that's the best way to learn. Now I have experience to pull from, frame of reference. Now I get to grow. So take a step towards something today in your life, this week, something you've always wanted to do, or maybe it's just something as simple as working out for the first time, or maybe going back to the gym. In evolutionary biology, they understand changes in behavior can take a really long time. Most things don't evolve overnight or even a lifetime, but people have potential to change quickly if motivated. If you don't fully understand, you'll figure it out. We still don't know how our brains develop so fast. Many have and are studying that right now. It's not just biologists and those studying evolution, but software engineers and alike, those creating artificial intelligence, a digital being. But why would they study brain evolution? It's called emulation, or whole brain emulation. What's that? Emulation is when you match or surpass a person or achievement, typically by intimidation. So you can see why someone developing something we consider intelligent will want to see how we became so intelligent. Whole brain emulation is also known as uploading. Intelligent software would be produced by scanning and closely modeling the computational structure of the biological brain. The approach is limited in drawing inspiration from nature or barefaced plagiarism. To accomplish whole brain emulation, it would require these steps. First, sufficiently detailed scan of a particular human brain. The raw data from the scanners is fed to a computer for automated image processing to reconstruct the three-dimensional neural network that implemented cognition into the original brain. Third, the neural computational structure resulting from the previous is implemented on a sufficiently powerful enough computer. So this doesn't require us to find out how human cognition works. I find that scary personally. Maybe we should have a better understanding of ourselves before we start learning, or before we start having learning robots walking around. This only requires us to understand the low-level functional characteristics of the basic elements of our brains. But don't let that fool you. This is still quite complex. We need hardware powerful enough for the scanning, the translation, and the simulation. We have good reason to think this is attainable, but not for a while, I hope. Reasonable computational models of many types of neuron and or sorry, I struggle with that word, processes already exist. So basically what I was trying to say, there are some really basic computational models of these types already in existence. So we're getting close. We're just not there yet, and a lot of people think we're a long ways off. So I guess it's a good thing Elon Musk is working on Neuralink. I heard him say once that Neuralink is kind of like risk mitigation for digital intelligence. But what do I know? I mean, I can't imagine we could ever keep up regardless. But it is Musk Monday, as you probably already guessed. We're going to introduce Neuralink today. Neuralink is developing ultra-high bandwidth brain-machine interfaces to connect humans and computers. Founded by Elon Musk, Neuralink is working on an implantable brain chip that will allow recipients to perform tasks using their minds. Last year, the company demonstrated its technology in a monkey who played a computer game, Pong, without a joystick. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check it out. It's super cool. I've watched it a few times, and I'll have a link in the description where you can check it out. But as impressed as I am, for context, I suck at video games. It's It's been recently reported by Interesting Engineering that several monkeys have died. You can find the story in the description below. And that same story, I believe, is the video of the monkey playing Pong. But needless to say, we're not ready to be putting chips in our brains. Perhaps not even ready for monkeys. Personally, I'd be just fine if neither a digital intelligence robot nor computer chips for our brains are figured out in my lifetime. But according to Elon Musk's live YouTube channel, Elon is saying he's moving forward with human trials, wants us to be able to connect our brains to our phones and more. Sounds like that'll happen this year based on that channel. The participants will work closely with doctors and engineers. Will you really be able to save and send your memories? Play music in your brain or send it to your phone? Elon is one ambitious dude, and if you are too, hey, guess what? They're hiring. Surprise, surprise. More to come, I'm sure. So, I wrapped up a book this weekend. Wanted to share it with you quick. It's called Good to Great: Why Some Companies Make the Leap and Others Don't. Good to Great is a book by Jim C. Collins that describes how companies transition from being good companies to great companies and how most companies fail to make that transition. Good to Great is a macro analysis of differentiating factors identified in companies that made the good to great leap. This book came out in 2001, and some parts of it definitely felt like that. The book was okay. I would give it 2 out of 5 stars. Um, it was a little dated. I didn't really like their leadership style. They even mentioned at the end that they didn't think their leadership style would work with tech companies. This was really when the Silicon Valley was just getting going. And I think if the author were to write this book again now, he would have a different leadership approach. But that's just my opinion. Check it out yourself. Once again, the book's called Good to Great by Jim C. Collins. Um, it is Music Monday, so just a quick recommendation there as well. If you've never checked out the band of Monsters and Men, they're a great band, definitely worth your time. They have a huge catalog of music. They have a woman and a male singer, so you get a good mix there. I would call them, I don't know, a light rock band, alternative rock, or maybe just rock, I don't know. But they're a really cool band, so if you have some time today, if you just got done with the show and you're still driving into work or driving home, why don't you look up Of Monsters and Men. So I hope you have a great Monday. I hope you get off to a great start. It's another busy week, aren't they all? So make sure you go into the world today calm, courageous, strength, and honor.